Good morning, grade twos. Welcome to Monday morning, and it's going to be a good week. Just 5 more days of school, and then you are free for a whole month of holidays. So there's lots to look forward to. Today we will be doing a picture prompt in English. That is when you get a picture and you use the picture to tell your own story. So you need to get your creative juices flowing and thinking very descriptively about what you can see in the picture in order to create your own unique story. Okay, I thought I would give you an example of a picture prompt. All right, so as you can see here, we've got 3 different pictures. All right, so we'll say picture 1 on the left-hand side, I'll make a little 1. Then in the middle, we've got picture 2. And then at the end, picture 3. Okay, so when you are creating a picture prompt, you obviously need to use the pictures as your inspiration. All right, so let's look at picture 1. What can you see in picture 1? Okay, so we've got a little boy. He's in the bath. It looks like a nice full bath. He looks like he's smiling and happy. And someone's come to say hi. Who's that? His little doggy. So this is your story. You can give your boy a name. You can give your dog a name. That makes it even more creative. So be specific. So you can say that this is the little boy. His name is John. He's having a soaking bubble bath after a long day at school and playing soccer. And his best friend, Cody the dog, has come to say hi in the bathroom. So then you can look at picture number 2, and what do you see there? Oh, it looks like Cody the dog is quite excited to see what his best friend John is doing in the bath. What is he? He's perching on the side there. John looks like he's giving him a bit of a pat. He doesn't look too upset that Cody's up there. And then in picture 3, uh-oh, what's happened? Mom has walked into the bathroom. Cody the dog is in the bath, and there are lots of splashes of water coming out of the bathtub. So who's in trouble now? I think Cody and John might be in trouble. Okay, so that's what you can see in the pictures. So that's what I can see. You might be able to see different things or say different things. It's your story. Okay, so if I were to create a story like this, all right, so my beginning part of my story would look at picture 1. So I would say, one day, John had had a long day at school and then played soccer all afternoon with his friends. He came home to jump into the bath before dinner and get all clean. His best friend, Cody the Spaniel, came to say hello in the bathroom. Cody had been missing John all day. Now I would look at picture number 2. So that was the beginning of my story. Now the middle of my story. Cody was inquisitive and wanted to see what John was doing. So Cody jumped up onto the side of the bath. John got such a fright and said, "Cody, what are you doing?" Cody tried to balance on the side of the bath. It was quite difficult. He was wiggling and wobbling. Next thing, splash! Cody jumped into the bath. Okay, so that would be my picture number 2. Now my final part of my story, the ending, would be this. Mom heard the big splash and came running upstairs. There was water everywhere, on the floor, at the sink, on the towels, and Cody was looking very guilty. "What's happened?" screamed Mom. John said, "Mom, Cody just wanted to spend some time with me, and so he decided he also would have a lovely bath before dinner." Mom scolded John and Cody and said, "This is not a good idea. You've made a huge mess." Mom walked out to carry on dinner, and Cody and John finished up their bath and then made sure they cleaned up the bathroom. What an exciting day. Okay, so that, boys and girls, is an example of a story I have just made up off the top of my head using these pictures. There's no right and wrong. You can be as creative as you like. You can talk about whatever things that you like, but they do have to relate to the pictures, meaning there has to be a link to what is happening in the pictures. Okay, so this is the picture prompt that you are going to use today. All right? So have a look at what you can see. Again, I will number these pictures for you. So this picture here would be number 1. Then we'd have number 2 on the right. Number 3, 4, oopsie, wonky 4, 5, and 6. Okay, fix my 4. Okay, so that is the order that the pictures go in. Okay, so have a look what happens. In picture 1, what is happening? Who will be in your story? I can see 2 characters. All right, can you see them? Have a look at number 2. What is happening now with the 2 characters? There's been some action, there's been some movement. Then we look at picture number 3. What is happening there? What are the faces telling us? Number 4, who's arrived? Why has this person arrived and what car is that person driving? Lastly, number 5, what's happening next? What is the person from the car doing? And 6, how's the story ending? Okay, so what you have to do, create your own story using the picture to guide you. Okay, so the picture is telling a story, but you are going to put it into words, into writing. Okay, so first things first, let's get your English books out and write your date and your heading, and then we can start talking about how you're going to write the story. So please write the 27th of July 2020, and you are going to make up your own heading for the story. So I'm not going to give you a heading. You must create your own heading. You are the author of the story. What are you going to call the story? So write your date and your heading for me, please, now. Okay, so now your job is to write 3 paragraphs to make up your own story about what you see in the pictures. Okay, so that's 3 paragraphs. Remember, boys and girls, a paragraph is not a sentence. A paragraph's probably about 3 or 4 sentences together. Okay, and when you write a paragraph, you put the sentences next to each other. So if you finish one sentence, straight away you do your full stop and you start the next sentence next to it. You don't start the next sentence on a new line. But then between your paragraphs, you leave a line open. Okay, so write your paragraphs, 3 or 4 sentences for each paragraph. Leave a line open, do your next paragraph, line open, last paragraph. Okay, so how can we unpack this? All right, so let's look at the writing in the red. The writing in the red is talking about the first 2 pictures. So that is how the story starts, picture 1 and picture 2. So focus on picture 1 and picture 2 and create your beginning part of your story. Okay, you can start with the words once upon a time, in the beginning, at first, once there was. So those are good ways to start a story. You don't have to use those. I'm just offering you some tips. Okay, so you are going to create your first 3 or 4 sentences. Remember, straight next to each other, not on new lines. Write your sentence, start the next one, carry on. 3 or 4 sentences about the beginning of the story, what you can see in the pictures. Okay, so once you've done your beginning, leave a line open. Then you come to the middle part of your story, and that would be picture number 3 and picture number 4. Okay? And here you could start with next, or after that, to say what happened next, what happened in the middle of the story. Okay? So again, write 3 or 4 sentences about what you can see happening in pictures 3 and 4. Then leave a line open. Right, then you get to your ending of the story, which is your pictures number 5 and picture number 6. Okay, and here you can start with in the end or lastly or any other way that you choose to start the story. But this is how you are finishing your story. It's the last bit of the story. Okay, so boys and girls, be creative. Give the characters names, explain the weather, talk about their feelings, what you can see on their faces. Even if we can't see it clearly in the picture, you can make it up. Okay, so really think creatively. Remember to leave a line open between your paragraphs, all right? And you need 3 paragraphs to create the story. So the first paragraph is the beginning of the story. The next paragraph is the middle of the story. The last paragraph is the end of the story. Good luck and have fun.